Last time I did a reaction to Pearl Jam, it was Jeremy, and nobody told me what to expect, or if they did, I didn't get the memo, so I went in completely blind and kind of freaked out. So now I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tense, not knowing what to expect going into another Pearl Jam reaction, but I'm going to be listening to Black for the first time. I've never heard this song, I have absolutely no idea what it's about, but for those of you that are new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. If you haven't already, please make sure you make sweet, sweet love to that subscribe button, give the bell a few kisses so you aren't missing any of this content designed to help you with your mental health or help someone else. My reaction today was voted upon by channel members. Becoming a channel member is a great way to support the channel, support the community, and the outreach I do here for mental health. So here we go, Black by Pearl Jam. So your breakup music of this era was so much different than mine. I had country music, I had pop music in the 90s, and it's just such a different vibe. I have to say that yours is psychologically deeper. Like the people that attach to this genre, a lot more psychological depth than what I was introduced to with, you know, pop country songs and pop songs like NSYNC and stuff. But in the beginning, there's this repeated theme of creation, the empty canvas, the sheets of clay. And I think that suggests that he's fused his sense of self, his purpose, his perception of the world with this relationship that it sounds like ended. Like this is a breakup song of sorts, although again, a lot deeper than that. But I think that psychologically mirrors emotional enmeshment. So when the relationship ends, the loss is experienced almost like sensory deprivation, okay? Almost like the air itself has taken a turn, as he said, which implies that memory and attachment have altered his emotional reality, like completely altered the way that he is experiencing things, the way that he is seeing things. I think the line about the bitter hands cradle glass, that one got me. I think it reflects there's a self-awareness there, but it's mixed with this self-destruction as he's recognizing the relationship was fragile, was shattered, right? But he's still compulsively holding on to the pain because it preserves connection to what was everything, that is to his identity and the meaning that he had enmeshed with the relationship.
I take a walk outside. I'm surrounded by
powerful. That right there, like the background vocals were so haunting in the background of that. That really captured me. I think the depression spiraling now, there's this contrast of external life with internal emotional paralysis. And he sees children laughing. And that's a universal symbol to most people of vitality, of innocence, of it could be the inner child, but really like vitality and innocence. That's what most people think of when they see children laughing, yet he's psychologically unable to access that joy himself. And honestly, it reminds me of when I was triggered by seeing happy children because of the miscarriage grief I had before I had my daughter. And I would just get very upset hearing children laugh because it was such a sore spot for me, and I felt this sense of loss and stuff. And it seems so strange to other people that children's laughter made me uncomfortable because they didn't understand my experience. And I think that that's a really good reminder that different triggers or different things can land differently to different people because we all have different experiences, different traumas, different perspectives, etc. So something that can be universally symbolic to a lot of people can land completely differently for somebody else. And the line after that, the why do I see her, I think that's emotional pain that's become chronic, it's become embedded, where even ordinary moments like hearing a child laugh, or for some of us, it's like ordinary moments just doing the dishes can just seem unbelievably insurmountable because we have so much pain. We're holding on to so much that it doesn't go away just because we're doing something else. And those ordinary moments trigger this burning, this grief instead of relief. It's like I think, I don't know, I've been there many times when you just can't think about anything else. You're just constantly ruminating on it. The twist in thoughts and the repeated I'm spinning. So the twisting, the spinning, I think that's resembling rumination loops, which are really common in depressive and traumatic states. You can't stop the thought process without learning the skills to do so. It's not something that's just ingrained in us or that we're taught in school. It's something we have to learn, many of us through therapy. Some of us do learn those on our own outside of that. But cognition becomes circular and it becomes inescapable rather than focusing on problem solving. So we're just in this rumination cycle of I can't escape this pain. This is too much. Everything's just dark. Everything's just black. It's so often that background vocals just kind of fade into the song. They blend into the song, so they don't really stand strong on their own. But I think the background vocals here actually added a whole different layer to the emotional depth, a whole different layer to the message here. I feel like this is a love song, a breakup song, and an obsession song all at once. I'm thrown for a loop of what the central theme here is supposed to be. But I think, you know, there's this tug of war here going on for me between genuine love and possessive grief, like the obsession. He's emotionally mature enough to recognize that the other person deserves happiness and a beautiful life, yet emotionally incapable of accepting that this future exists without him. That's the takeaway I was getting there. And I think that that contradiction creates this cognitive dissonance so he can intellectually bless her future while emotionally rejecting it, which is why the repeated "why can't it be me" or "why can't it be mine," right? Why can't it be mine feels less like anger and more like existential despair. And I think the repetition of "we belong together" that resembles an attempt, I think, of the self-persuasion, a mind looping over attachment beliefs to resist the finality of the separation. So it's denial, like he's denying that separation. That by the end, though, of this song, I think the heartache, the pain, the breakup, like all the feelings that he's having has evolved into a total perceptual takeover. So Black, in my opinion, from my perspective of how I'm taking this song, Black is all of the memories, all of those things have completely almost been erased. Like when you think if these all turn to black, all of their meaning of these framed pictures would be lost, you know, like they're not there anymore. Those messages, those people, whatever that represents, isn't there anymore. And I think that Black, we often think Black, you know, is just supposed to represent depression, but I think at this point it's more than a mood. It's gone beyond mood. It's identity, with this permanent loss tattooed onto how he sees the world, himself, and even like this imagined future, his imagined future. I know many of us can relate in some way to feeling like loss, whether romantic loss or not, becomes your world, it becomes your identity, it becomes your obsession. And I know obsession has a very negative connotation to it, but sometimes it's just in the perspective of ruminating on something over and over and over, and really hoping for a very specific outcome. So obsession can just mean the process of ruminating without reasonable stops, without reasonable ability to cease that process. So I think we've all been there. I know that I have. I know that that's something that I've experienced, where it feels like you can't think about anything else. You can't try to problem solve. You can't move forward. You just feel very stuck and you feel like it's all consuming. I always say here on the channel, Good, Bad, and Crazy, make sure you're sharing your mental health stories. That is how we shatter the mental health stigma, is by talking about it. So if you would like to share your stories in the comments below about a point in your life where things turn black, where it might seem like everything was meaningless, or things that once meant a lot to you didn't hold the same joy or the same emotion, feel free to do that in the comments below. This is a safe space. I really like Pearl Jam, so I was excited to come back to this. This is what channel members voted on, but I have to say it was one of those times where I put up the poll, and then when I saw the results, I was, oh cool, I get to go back to Pearl Jam, and I was excited about that. As I was saying in the beginning, I think it's really amazing that there can be different ways that people express, you know, breakups or love or their emotional obsessions. There's different ways that they express that across the different genres. So a pop artist is going to express it a whole lot differently than a rock artist. It's going to express it a lot differently than a country artist. And I just feel like there's such value in this that I was never exposed to, and I almost feel a bit resentful that nobody ever exposed me to this kind of stuff, because it could have really helped me process breakups and big feelings that I might not have understood in my younger years. Did it help you guys? If you guys were familiar with this back at the time that it was coming out, or you were not, you know, late to the party like me, let me know also how this helped you through different parts in your life, maybe to validate yourself or to understand some feelings that might just be really complicated and really strong that we might not know how to process. Thank you guys so much for bringing me back to Pearl Jam. Always a pleasure, and I'll see you in my next reaction real soon. I love you guys so much. Mwah!